that and
Yeah,
get
yeah.
all a cool, But hey, work with me. We building up and building. Work with me. So basically, how this game is gonna work is, I'm gonna give you some items, right? Um, I'm gonna give you about one, two, three, four, five. I got five items, and so for each subject, it's a subject, five subjects. Each subject, you're either going to tell me, you're going to give me a thumbs up in support of that. Like you, for example, like cheeseburgers. If you like cheeseburgers, a thumbs up meaning like you're going to say it's going to production, or you're going to give me of us a thumbs down, and you're going to say it's going to deployment if you don't like it. So if you like the idea, we're going to deploy it to prod. If you don't like the idea, we're going to send it back down to dev for them to
Yep,
further work on this. All right, so you kind of get the gist. It's just
I get it.
production or development. Now, if you want to kind of expound your thoughts on it, you're welcome to that as well. But it's kind of just to break up the monotony and kind of just have some fun with this,
Of
as
course.
well as kind of talk, highlight some popular subjects. So, first one is gonna be good. First one, let me see, where is it? Boom, boom, boom. Okay, remember, production or development. All right, and you can expound if you want, or not. We'll just move on to the next one. First one: college degrees in computer science.
Ooh,
Are we sending that to production, or are we sending that back down to development?
man, I don't want anybody to come after my head because
Mm,
I'll say because I've had this conversation with a lot of folks, and I
let's
think the
go.
biggest, yeah, I and it's one of the things where I had somebody literally try to fight me in a Facebook chat because
You sure it wasn't Reddit?
they, they no, no. It seems sometimes Reddit people are more humbling once they realize you're a real person and not fake. Um, but they try to tell me oh, but I got a degree. Why do I need a certification? I'm like, look, man, I help IT recruiters. Like I'm not a recruiter anymore. I work at CDW. That's my full-time gig. Like that pays my
Big
bills. I'm
boy.
good there. Like I'm doing this just
Hmm.
freelance, just trying to connect you with the recruiter. But I'm telling you, if you have a degree but you don't have the CompTIA Sec Plus or that
Well,
baseline, they're not going to look at you. And I explain to them, I'm like, and I tell people all the time, they're like, oh, I'm studying. I'm like, I immediately hit them. Once you get your Sec Plus, hit me up and then I'll tell you what I have. Because I'm not, one of the things is that I'm very valuable is with people's time and I try to get back to
mhm,
them as fast as I possibly can. Sometimes I'm
mhm,
reading through Facebook messages and I'm like, I look back, I'm like, oh man, this person got back to me like 6 weeks ago. I apologize. I'm like, look, I'm so sorry. Like, I also have a life too. Like, and
mhm.
I'm busy and I'm volunteer. I'm doing a lot. So this, I would say, man, it's so hard.
Talk to me.
Okay,
Talk to
better yet,
Come
I'll
on
say
now.
thumbs up. I will say thumbs up.
Okay.
And I'll say
We're
thumbs up
going to production.
because, yeah, I will say production because, and hear me out. If you're going to do a college degree, don't put yourself in debt. Look into
Okay.
affordable college programs that are going to help you out. And this isn't a plug or nothing. I'm not affiliated with them. Best bang for your buck right now in the game right now is WGU. Get your college degree, get your certifications, and keep it moving. I know some people are going
No,
to say,
no.
no, I don't need 10 certifications. Listen,
Right.
just play the game and get your butt into a seat, and then you can do whatever after that. That's my hot take on
Man,
it.
listen, Luis, I'm gonna back you up on that.
Yeah,
Listen, and I want all the smoke that y'all gonna bring. But
yeah,
here's the thing: I have more students and mentees and people, newbies, freshers, whatever you want to call them, who have degrees and have the hardest time getting in even interviewed for tech roles because they don't have the skills. Because I get on colleges about this all the
yeah,
time, especially if it's not an Ivy League school. They do a terrible job at prepping students for tech futures because it's more theory than it is application. And so they get out into these fields and these interviews and they don't know how to do anything because again they've never built anything. There's no emphasis on projects. There's no emphasis on using systems. It's all theory. Okay, well, go be a product manager somewhere. Try to, but it's like
yeah.
you
No, no,
got, yeah, the certs are going to qualify you because of business. You have to
yeah,
think of it like this: when a company or organization is bidding on a contract or they're trying to win a business, one of the pitches is that they make is that their engineers are industry certified. So what that means is that every engineer that they have on their team working on this project are going to have a industry certification, not a degree. All right.
yeah,
Now, not shame if you got a degree, the deed is good done. but going
Right.
into heavy debt to go get a degree that's not going
Thank
to
you.
pay off more than this certification is, that's a fraction of the price and a fraction of the time.
Makes my man, listen, man, it makes my eye twitch knowing how much people get into debt for a I'm
Oh
not
my
trying to
God.
say a piece of paper, but like at the end of the day,
Yeah,
like
for sure.
if it
Maybe
can't set you
take away.
up for the next step,
Hello.
then you really have to kind of weigh out your options here. Like you and I both know, man, there's
Beautiful.
people that could do projects, all this stuff. You can look at YouTube for a year and study this material and do it for free. You can
Dude,
go
it's too many.
free, free.
Travis
You
Media.
have to do a little
Travis
bit. Yeah, you
Media.
have
Go
to.
find him on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's
So
too many examples of that. All right, so
yeah.
next one. Dun-dun-dun. Production or deployment. Return to office full-time mandates. 5 days a week.
Let's say thumbs down, man. Like, why do we have to do that if we're in tech, man? Like, I have my mega desk. My mega desk is right here. I have my towers and I have my setup. My team is
Mhm.
up in Chicago. I can go in office in Tampa if I want, but I'm still hitting everything that they want. Like, listen, man, the fully remote role is very big adult responsibility. If you want to mess
Absolutely.
around and not get your stuff done, it will come to bite you in the butt. But if you can be responsible enough to be there when the customer needs you or be there when an AM needs you, or for me, an inside solution architect or a solution architect needs me, I'm there. Those kind of things is it's important. Like, but the whole return to office, man, we did so good for so many years. Like, why do we need to reinvent the wheel here?
Hello.
Like, if you're in tech, I feel that why do we need to be in office? You know,
Is the ser-
like
I'm gonna ask, is
yeah.
the server here in the office with us?
Yeah.
Is the server that was simple? Oh, it's
No, bro.
not. Oh.
Yeah. Like I tell my team all the time, I'm like, look, if y'all need me to come up to Chicago, I got family up there. I'd love to see you guys. I would love to see partners, like that kind of stuff. But I mean, I think some people are pushing for it. Definitely in the GS space, man. I see the GS, like
Yeah.
I'm in some GS Facebook groups, and these people are like, I think they just like to put those like post in for like bombs in the morning, so people just fight with each other in the comment section. I'm just like, look, if I'm a
Bro,
GS
that's gonna
sitting
be a
in a space
challenge.
that's fully
How
remote,
many
it's
how
gonna
how
be a
many
challenge,
groups
man.
did Louis how many groups did Louis say that he's in? That's the challenge for you all by the end of the
And
night. How
at
many
this
groups
point,
did
man,
he say?
I'm in so many. It's ridiculous. Like I'm always sharing stuff, man. I love helping people. So it's like that's like
You're doing a
I
great job, brother.
yeah, yeah, man.
You're doing a great job. All right, next one. You're gonna like this one, especially being a Gainesville boy. University of
Oh
Miami
man. I hope
need an
so.
hour
Oh,
in the
I truly
part-time.
hope so, man.
Is
I
this
hope
going to
so,
production
man.
or development?
It's going thumbs up, man. Like, look, I'm a Gators fan, and like we a lot of hype for next year. Everybody's already writing off. We're hyped for next year, but man,
Right.
I hope so, man. Hope so. Like that.
Yeah.
Look, man, when they first came down and they beat the Gators in the first week, I have a friend that I play pickleball with. She was telling me the
Yeah.
tickets were like $1,000 seats, and I'm like, for what? To see
Wow.
the Gators get mud stomped? Like I
Mhm.
told her the next day, I'm like, because it was alumni week, all this stuff, man. The Gator fans were going crazy, but Miami just
Oh god.
came to town,
Yeah,
man. Came to
they're too
town.
good this year. All
Yeah.
right, cool. All right. We got two more left. Next one. Top tier certifications. Production or development.
Uh, I mean, it depends on the person. Do they want the fancy stackable cert that CompTIA gives you? Great, go for it. But I'm I'm a gov guy, man. A plus. If somebody came to me and they're like, "Hey, I have A plus," and I'm trying to get them in the government contracting, I'll be like, "That's awesome. You have a really good baseline. You know how CompTIA is going to ask you the questions because it's a two-part exam, which is,
Yes,
come
it
on, man,
is.
come
And you
on,
got to pay
CompTIA.
separately.
Exactly, man. CompTIA, like, look, CompTIA got me for ITF plus, Net plus, Sec plus, and Cloud plus, and I'm like, every
Oh
three
yeah.
years, I'm like, let me make sure these things will expire. I'll pay them their money, do their cert master, and keep it moving. But no, man, I, it depends on what path you want to go. Like, if you want to
Yeah.
go, like, if that is the requirement for a local position, sure, but shoot a little bit higher, get your Sec Plus, and then that will cover this. And at least your Sec Plus can open up more doors in the Gov space if that's the path you want to go. I know I've talked a lot about Gov, but
Yeah.
That's been my bread and butter for the last 5 years, so of course
Yeah.
I'm gonna preach it, you know? So,
Hey, listen, and they better listen if they know what's best for them. And you listen
you can
to a
make
guy
good
that's
money in
been
the
a
gov
vet.
space. Yeah, there's some dude, there's
Yeah,
some influencers. I've been following you heavy. There's another one.
I appreciate it.
Am I
Yeah.
cool to name drop? Is that okay?
Okay. Like, we support
Okay.
all. Yeah, we need all
Alright,
the
so
help we can get.
listen, man, Simone B, man, she's awesome, man. She does great
Slowly.
stuff. I mean, bro, listen,
Yeah,
I dropped on her course because I was like, of course I'm gonna support it, and I love seeing it,
for sure.
and
For
it
sure.
gives me tools that I can use in my next movement to help people, you know.
For
So
sure.
I mean,
For sure.
she
Shout out
speaks
to
it highly,
Simone,
man.
man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
She's a
she's
beast.
been championing Gov Tech roles. She's one of the
Yeah,
people that came and made a big splash online about that.
yeah. And I
Excuse
hate
me.
the people that try to
He,
go after her in the comments. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, she's giving her time to help us, and
Yeah,
people,
exactly.
come on.
And it's not
Yeah,
going to be for everybody. It's not
of
going to
course
be
not.
everybody's cup of tea. But I tell you what, it's definitely going to help somebody who needs her advice and needs her direction
Exactly.
because they never knew this stuff existed. They never knew these opportunities existed for them. So, no, shout out to Simone. We keep doing God's work. You're doing a great job, girl. Keep kicking butt. All right. Last one. I think you're gonna get a good chuckle out of this one.
Okay.
Here we go. Buying a luxury vehicle after you land your first six-figure role. Is this going to production or development?
Man, listen, my two little cars are paid off. They work. They give me to the gym.
Congrats.
I'm very frugal when it comes to that because I'm also fixing a house. I'm also investing
Mm.
in, I'm
Oh, you're a
investing
wealth
in
building type of man.
I'm trying to, man,
Okay.
because it's one of those things where like
Okay.
I see how parts of my family have set themselves up for success, and I'm like, okay, if they can do it, I
Beautiful.
can do it. We're living in a time right
Beautiful,
now where
bro.
there's a boom of money that you can make
Mm-hmm.
off of
Mm-hmm.
your phone. You can make money off of all these little things. You got to have that there's so much out there. So
Yeah.
it depends on the person, man. The way I look at a luxury vehicle is, can you also be on the other end when it breaks down? Can you be on the other end for insurance? Can you keep up with that payment? Um,
Shh.
say something happens with
Shh.
that first gig and things don't pan out. The repo guy's not gonna care that you got fired or laid off, you know? So I look at it like that. I look at it
He
long
doesn't
term,
care about
man.
your certifications, bro.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, but the thing is, like, if you would have talked to if you would have given the same opportunities to like 20-year-old me, I think I would be like, oh, luxury all day. But now that I'm a little bit older, I'm just like, no, we're gonna be smart about it. So I'd say thumbs down, just because,
Okay.
like, just
Don't
because
send it back to
say
dad.
you were making 35 and now you make say 120, still live
Right.
like you were making 35 and invest that money for a year
Hello.
or two, and then you'll be set up.